the truth, what's the fiction? Let's introduce our panel. You can see them on the screen. Also joined by PKD Nambiar. Let's welcome him to the program, political analyst. We're joined by Reena Gupta, member of the Aam Aadmi Party, representing the Kejriwal government here on the program. Saket Tikku, who's the industry leader, the president of the Indian Gas Association, is with us. We're also joined by Dr. Gupta. Dr. Gupta is a very important voice because Batra Hospital was one of those hospitals where the oxygen did run short. And in fact, Dr. Gupta lost a colleague of his, apart from patients in the ICU. And Sanjay Hegde, senior advocate in the Supreme Court, is with us as well.
Barka, I agree with you 100%. I think putting in a crisis like this, putting blame on one particular, whether it is a hospital or a doctor, even a state government or a central government, one of them may be a wrong way. But in this case of the Supreme Court, the so-called the report which we were talking about, whether it is signed or unsigned and etc., it is nothing to do with the central government or a state government. It is the Supreme Court which has asked for this report. Let doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani, was signed hai, unsigned hai, or Supreme Court ko signed chahiye or unsigned chahiye. That we will get to know once this comes out from the Supreme Court. Now, the real story is not about just this report. Even if there is one fraction of truth in this report, you and me, we were all in Delhi, were having such a terrible time. It is not only the people who were affected in the hospital were having a bad time. It is not only the people who were having COVID affected and staying at the home were having a tough time. Even the people who were not even affected with the COVID was living in a trauma during that 2 months time. And you know why? One of the primary reason is that the state government, especially the chief minister in his own style, Bhagavan Bharose, and I remember a couple of his press conference where he is saying, "Baki to Bhagavan Delhi ko bachaye, Delhi ka janta ko bachaye." The problem is that the kind of fear which he and his government has created amongst the people is unpardonable crime. There is no doubt there was a crisis. There was a shortage of oxygen in the state of Delhi, where the hospitals and the people were really affected. You know, because of creating such kind of fear, there is another thing which had happened. A large amount of black marketing of oxygen cylinders across Delhi was happening. You have seen that number of people were arrested on selling, black marketing the oxygen concentrators. A government, when you are in power, you are supposed to make sure that the people in the state is in a comfort zone. You are supposed to be comforting them rather than creating a fear amongst them, saying that it's all gone. Abhi sir, Bhagavan Bharosa hai. But this is where Kejriwal ji had gone wrong. It has nothing to do. This report has nothing to do with central government. Simply, I'm in agreement with you completely. I don't think that everything what the central government has done during this pandemic was absolutely right, and all those things which went wrong by only the Delhi government may be stupid to even comment that way. Every government across the board has failed during this crisis, and to a great extent, why it is that none of us were very planned. Many of the political parties, even the governments, were busy in the election campaign, and there is no doubt on all those stuff. The challenge here, especially when it comes to Delhi, so there are some states like in Karnataka, even in Kerala, they were very well prepared. They enhanced their oxygen capacity to a great extent. Even the states like Orissa, etc. So the problem with Delhi government is something else, Barka. The problem with Delhi government is one fine day they come with a very tall claim that they are very well prepared, even if it is Ajao, COVID Ajao, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, koi problem nahi hai.
But that same allegation could be leveled against the center also that declared the end of COVID in January. Right?
Again, I'm saying that it was very clearly said that we had an early celebration across board, irrespective of any political party or a government. But one thing is very clear: the Arvind Kejriwal must take the responsibility. Not providing the beds to the people, the mishandling the supply chain management of the oxygen was absolutely one of the primary reasons for this crisis we all went through.
So we leave it there. What I want to leave, thank you, Ruchika, Dr. Gupta, Sanjay Hegde, Saket Tikku, and to Reena and PKD. I want